All right, welcome. So this is where we stop in the last lesson, and we use the display property to display the content or the children of wrapper nav1 and nav2 side by side. Okay, so we have them side by side. All right, good. So in that case, now, but that is not the way I want them to be displayed. I want them to be displayed vertically. So, and that is where the flex direction that I mentioned early in our previous lesson comes in. So I have it as flex direction. I want it to be column. Okay, you say. So let's go. Let's see what that does. Can you see now? They are now vertically stacked together. Now, by default, they will be aligned side by side unless you specify the way you want them to display. Okay, so because I want them to be vertically stacked, so I had to change the flex direction to column. Okay, good. So I haven't said that, so let's work on the child. Now let's pick the first child. Now every parent will at one point have a property, and this property, they will assume that when they are no longer alive, their children will take over whatever they have. So, and they will allocate this property to their children based on their wisdom. So let's pick on the first child, which is nav1. So don't forget that we invoke a class name by a full stop. So we have nav1. You must use the exact name, otherwise you'll be running into error. All right, so we also assume that, let's assume that the wrapper was a land. Okay, and on that land you have two you want to build two flats on it. Okay, so now you need to map out the space you want each of these flats to occupy on the land. Okay, so now in this case I want the nav1 to take the whole width of the land. So I'm going to set it to 100%. What does that mean? Now the width of the land here is 80%. So I'm saying that the first child should take up the whole 80% in terms of the width, the whole 80% in terms of width. However, in terms of the height, I want the first child to take up just let's say, no, we've set this one to, let's say 15. So I want this child to take up just say 7 vh of this 15. Okay, good to do that. All right, so for you to understand that, to see that play out, so I'm going to give it a color. So probably I'll say red. All right, so that, or let's say dark red. You can put in any color of your choice. So let's come here and refresh. Can you see now? You can see that the whole height of the parent, which is the wrapper, is 15. I have told the first child to take up the whole width of the parent, okay, and that the height should be 7 vertical height of 15, okay, of 15. So the first child is here. So of course, so now we move ahead. Don't forget that the first child also gave birth to 3 children, which are these 3 children. Okay, so we want the first child to display his children in its own lane. He wants his children to be playing in the portion of the land that the father has, or the parent has given to him. So now we are going to also tell him to display his children flex. Okay, by default we said flex will display the content in horizontal form. All right, so let's go there. Control S once you do anything, Control S to save, go back and refresh. You can now see that the children are now lining up side by side. Okay, side by side, but it looks as if they are, it's very lengthy. So I can reduce the font size. Okay, so you can just set what we have font size, just like you're using your normal Microsoft Word. So font size, let's say 16 pixel. Okay, and 16 pixel, you can refresh. Okay, I think that is the default font size. Let me check out something here if I'm not missing out anything. Okay, you can see my screen has been zoomed. Let me show you. My screen has been zoomed to 175, and that is why I'm having it that big. So I'm going to take it back to 100. Okay, so if I take it back to 100, okay, so I will have this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just let me change my browser. Okay, I think my Chrome is let me open with another browser here. Okay, let's say Mozilla. All right, so now I'm using Mozilla Firefox right now. So I think there's update for my system because I can see that the resolution is very tiny, and I even have to zoom it up to 133 to have what I have here. But not a problem. I'll work on that after the class. So you can see that the children are now aligned side by side to each other. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my browser and do that. So I don't even need to set the default. Why it was big before is because I zoom it to 200%. Okay, so I already have this. So but they are two packed together, so I need to give them space. So I need to give them space. So I'm going to do that with what we call justify content. Just use space around. Okay, space around, and you save your work. Go back to your browser and refresh. You can now see that the address is separated from the email and is separated from the home. Let me zoom so that you can see. Okay, I think it's too big. So you can now see that they are separated from each other. Okay, so let me zoom it back. So and what I did that by using justify content. Okay, so just take note of what each of these commands are doing. So justify content is that. So I want to do I want to go to my, what's it called, to the second child. The second child also gave birth to two children. The first one is the logo and the second one is on ordered list. So I want it to also display its children. Nav2, okay, to display its children. So I'm also going to give it the same instruction, 100% of the parents, and height to, let's say I gave that one 8.7, so I'm going to give this one 8 VH. All right, good. So, and I'm also going to tell it to display its children flex as well. All right, good. Flex as well. So, and I'm going to go back here, and you can see that the children are aligned side by side, and I'm going to tell it to justify contents, display flex, not inline flex, justify content. Okay, justify content, space around. Okay, and I'm going to come here and refresh. You can now see that is that. All right, so don't forget that this one, they are children of the unordered list. Okay, they are children of the unordered list, so which automatically makes what's it called, which automatically makes this wrapper to be a great grandparent. Okay, but we're going to discuss about that in our next class. I hope you enjoy this class. Please do give it a thumbs up if you enjoy this class, and click on the subscribe button if you haven't, and hit on the notification bell to get notified anytime I upload a video. Thank you, and God bless you.